Good day and Happy New Year. Welcome to a Microdose Diet. I'm your host, Peggy on the Plassche, and today we're going to talk about all things microdosing, personal and professional development. The first question for you is, are you another victim of the overs? So what are the overs? I'm going to get to that in a second. So, as we're stepping into this new year, the tradition of setting resolutions often really lead us to aspire to transform various aspects of our life, our bodies, our careers, our home, our hobbies. And, the pursuit of achievements, whether in exercise, work, activities, or even social engagements, is usually a common theme among all of us. And while really the desire for improvement is commendable, it's really crucial to also recognize the potential pitfalls that actually accompany the pursuit of always more achievements. And one of the questions I have for you is really about the intention. So understanding the intention behind our New Year's resolution is really key to understand why we choose to focus our attention, efforts, and resources in these specific areas of our lives. So, are we looking to lose weight because we want to be healthier or because we want to be accepted? Do we want to earn more money and have more success because we want to go on a fun vacation and please our friends and family, or because we want to feel safe and maybe we want to keep up with the Joneses as well? So these questions are very important for anyone who really want to escape the rat race and the treadmill to nowhere in 2024. So listen to learn more about the research actually behind the pitfalls of New Year's resolution, but also I'm going to talk about some strategies to help you navigate 2024. So I read very interesting studies from Julia Digenji. She's a neuropsychologist, and a big area of focus of her is on understanding how individuals respond to stress and the impact of self-defeating behaviors. And that's what she refers as the overs. And this really encompasses habits that we're all guilty of at some point: overworking, overachieving, overthinking, overexplaining, overgiving, overcommitting, overaccommodating, and so on. So these are the overs. And these overs, in a sense, are coping mechanism. That's why it's so important to understand why you're doing it. And they aim at creating psychological safety. Back to what I was mentioning with what is the real intention behind what you're doing. So when we're faced with anxiety, stress, frustration, or even uncertainty, our brains, the threat network activate, and it prompts these compensatory behaviors to alleviate the fear. So, for example, overworking may be a response to the stress associated with potential disapproval from a boss. So that might be the reason why you're overworking, not necessarily because you want that promotion, but because you're afraid, actually, of having your boss disapprove of you. So, so the challenge with the overs is that, as always with our brain, they were intended for self-protection. But now they become a source, actually, of psychological danger in our lives. And high achievers, really, they understand the negative impact, actually, of over-functioning. But they justify this over-functioning by, staying relevant, staying to the top. They think it is necessary, actually, to be over in order to stay current or relevant. So I would say, regardless of the terminology, the underlying neurobiology remains the same. Overdoing harms our well-being. And, like the brains have craving that can really perpetuate this overfunctioning. So if you're thinking about overachieving, it is really believed actually that overachieving is enhancing productivity. But actually, it's not true. So there was a study in 2008 that was published in Harvard Business Review, and it revealed actually that there is no correlation between the actual performance and the perfectionism that is typical of overachiever. So basically, overachieving carries significant costs for your mental and physical health, but no results have actually been correlated with this behavior. So to break free from the grip of these overs in 2024, it's really essential to understand that these are safety-seeking mechanisms. And understanding the deeper psychological needs that drive our behavior can really pave the way for much needed balance. So here are 4 strategies that I want to discuss to help you overcome overdoing in your life. So the first thing is really about healing these feelings of being unsafe, because otherwise it's just management. You always need to go to the root. So obviously, when I speak about healing feelings, I always come back to the microdose diet and microdosing psilocybin, because microdosing psilocybin is a key component in healing emotional and psychological wounds. And by combining the microdosing with tapping, coaching, visualization, meditation, also therapy for some people who follow therapy, you will experience a greater sense of safety and less anxiety. So you can learn more about the microdose diet on my website. You can pre-order the book. You can also order high-quality microdosing product if you want to start your microdosing regimen. So that is really the first thing, healing your feelings of being unsafe. The second strategy is about setting new boundaries. And when you set a new boundary, you need to expect discomfort initially, because obviously you're not used to that. And keep in mind that overfunctioning is also a hypervigilant strategy. And to challenge it, it requires temporary distress. And it's really about, going outside your comfort zone. You're putting new boundaries. It's new for you to say no. It's new for you to change things. So you really need to habituate yourself to the new boundary in order to break free from the fear-driven behavior. For example, decide to work instead of, 10 hours a day, 9 hours a day, or don't answer to email after 7 p.m., whatever is feasible for you. But this type of things, and it's going to create a lot of anxiety initially when you set these new boundaries, but that's going to help you go from over to normal. The third strategy is differentiate between danger and dislike, and recognize really the difference between what is genuine danger and mere dislike. So while creating new boundaries may lead to real consequences, avoiding negative feelings may be more harmful actually in the long run. So it's important to distinguish what is a real danger and what is discomfort in personal growth. So what do I mean by that? So real danger might be depression, exhaustion, burnout, because you're afraid to put a boundary on the amount of work you're doing, the amount of, social activities or whatever you might be doing. And one is dangerous, this mental and physical health issue. The other one is discomfort, which is saying no to someone and maybe having someone being displeased with your behavior. So obviously, more important, put your health first. So you need to understand that you set the boundaries, but you also understand that the discomfort is more important to live than the consequence that are health issue. And the last point that's very important for me is be your own authority. So acknowledge that you might be the most influential force in your life. So overfunctioning often stems from seeking external validation, permission, or mood for psychological safety. So by realizing that our inner authority or your inner authority is the most powerful determinant of your safety, that is essential for regaining control. So this fourth strategy would really, really, really help you in the new year in order to be better physically and mentally. They are not easy to put in place, and I think you really need to attack them in the order I gave you. Healing your wounds and working with a microdose diet and going from there. Otherwise, it's going to be a bit difficult to actually achieve. So, as we embark on this new year, like we want to challenge this notion that doing more is always better. And growth is desirable, obviously, that's the whole point of this channel. But true progress really lies in understanding the role of fear in driving our behavior. So by cultivating a conscious awareness of our brain's mechanism, we can build a lasting sense of inner security. And that really is the ultimate goal for the year ahead. Self-generated self-worth, self-generated sense of security. So thank you so much for watching this show. As I mentioned, you can learn more about me, my products, and everything on themicrodosediet.com. Thank you so much for watching and listening. I really wish you a happy new year, and looking forward to seeing more of you, or at least you seeing more of me in 2024. Have a fantastic day and week. Bye-bye.